I can use laptop. Okay. I know Square Life.
We can follow you on our Facebook line. I wasn't following you before with my Facebook page.
Check Instagram now. You have one on the live. One on live on Instagram, one on Facebook now.
On our Facebook?
One on Facebook, Chinedu Anichi TV.
Okay. So now, as it's live here now.
Yeah. Just open it now and share it. Share it to your page.
Aha.
Share it to your page. Then you go to Instagram and share it. Share it to your page.
Aha.
Share it to your page. Then you go to Instagram and share it. Share it to your page.
Aha.
Share it to your page. Then you go to Instagram. Instagram is Chinedu Anichi now. Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
Battery 40%. Connected to Chinedu.
Are you good? Are you good? All right. You get reduce square volume phone guy call your email.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
No need for the volume because you'll be getting the volume from.
Yes, I've taken out the volume totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So we are good.
Yes, sir.
Let me introduce you properly. Hello, my people. My name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity here. So, and this is Chinedu Anichi TV, streaming live from United States of America. Today, you know now, on our talk show, we have a veteran actor, an actor that is scandal-free. That is one of the interesting things. An actor that is scandal-free. An actor that has kept the legacies, the morality, the essence of Nollywood in Nigeria. A man who has a Nigerian full experience and has traveled wide, even residing in United Kingdom as we are speaking with you. So today, I have the privilege to call upon Uche Odoputa, that all of you know, our big brother in Nollywood. And he is right here in the studio.
Thank you.
Uche,
thank you so much. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Uche, I'm so excited because when we started this thing, when we had 2 followers, if anybody goes to my Instagram, they will see that apart from the location,
yes.
In fact, before the location,
yes.
My conversation with you is the first. That is the first
debut
post they will see ever.
Yes. Yeah.
So you see this life, and God is so great. So
Amen.
Today we are here today, and you see that your boy is is working. Your boy is really working, and you see what's going on. So, my people, today we are privileged to have Uche Odoputa. Uche Odoputa is a great actor in Nigeria and even beyond Nigeria. So, Uche, please, may I have, don't intimidate me. This is my station. You know you are my oga, so don't look me eyeball to eyeball. So I will do my work. Now, oga gets oga. So today, my oga, who directed me, those who made foundation of this, who taught me, he saw me during Peter Obi's election and told me, guy, you have this talent. Don't just end it after the election. Continue. It was on your advice that this platform came. So today we are privileged to have you. So please introduce yourself formally to our viewers.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed fans, family, friends, even enemies. You guys are also wonderful. You make the world go round. You make the world a perfect world. Without you guys, it wouldn't be complete. We wouldn't be working hard as we're working hard today. My humble and simple name is Uche Odoputa Onyeobachiri. Is a full name, Odoputa Onyeobachiri. Way back somewhere along the line where one of my great-grandfathers wanted to write GCE. Yes, he wrote GCE. So the computer space for the alphabets couldn't take Odoputa Onyeobachiri. Then he now edited it and reduced it to Odoputa as we are presently constituted today. So therefore, my name is Uche Odoputa, and I am a proper, unrepentantly Igbo man. And swear in Igbo, let me speak it in Igbo. Oh, wamozo, kama mnaga wonyi Igbo, ngogo, ahiara, onugbo. These are vegetables. I said in my next word to come, if I don't be an Igbo man, please God, make me vegetable. Let me be important to people. Let people be able to eat me and they will receive life. So I'm an Igbo man, and I'm also a titled man. Titled man, not the one that they buy. I actually also. So proper Igbo traditional title. I'm an Ozo. I belong to the Ozo court. Yes, we did courts. Yes. So, and I'm also a Christian, a practicing one for that matter. I fear God a lot. I reverence Him. I'm alive by His grace. Beyond that, I'm a philanthropist. I have a foundation, Uche Odoputa Foundation. We look after less privileged widows and their kids We take care of education, information, and empowerment, including health. This is what we do. And it's singly and funded by me and some friends that support me from time to time. I have never received any grants from any government, maybe later, but now I've never. Since the past 10 years, we've been running that. It's just me. Then I'm a family man, and I love children a lot. And where I come from, we do not count children. So I have a lot of children, both those that are biologically mine and those that are adopted and those that we're looking after, that we haven't officially adopted to. So we're in this life to touch generation. And one thing I'm in a hurry to do is make sure that before I depart, I will leave a mark on the surface of the earth. Somebody will remember me for at least, my brother talked about just simple advice that I gave to him, and he ran with it. Look at where he is today. And in case you do not know, behind the camera just now, I was telling him that I'm going to come back to consult him. You understand? For him to now mentor me, I'll become his mentee. That is how life is. If you stock it up your own, you get rusted and you end up like one Solomon Gandhi, born then and then expired the other time. So that's who I am, Uche Odoputa, and I'm a forerunner movie practitioner. We started Nollywood. Yes, I'm proud to say that. We're the first generation Nollywood practitioner. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm also a trained film director. I'm a producer. I was trained by one of the best, Amaka Igwe of blessed memory. She trained me. And I've got a couple of films to my credit that I've directed myself and produced. And I'm also doing there's even one that I directed in the UK here in London here that will be premiering next month here in the United Kingdom. So if you're in London and in UK, please, you can message me later, then I'll send you the link for to buy the ticket, and you come and see what we've done so that you can know what to critique us or to applaud us for the good job that we have done. And I live in the United Kingdom for now, then now Bakwamba hustling like every other person. God bless you. And thank you for having me, everybody.
Yeah, my people, you can see this is Uche Odoputa, those who started. When I use the word veteran, I don't want to make a mistake, you know me. You're a boy now, I'm a very critical-minded guy. So I didn't want to just say actor. I said veteran actor.
Yes.
Yes. And today, what we have is the making of the veteran actor. What we're discussing today is who is the veteran actor? How does it become? What are the things? What are the essence of Nollywood? What's the intention when it began? Then what's the Gen Z doing? So what is the solution? How do we consolidate and sustain the continuity of the legacy intended ab initio? So this is our discussion, and I know you are not going to read it up. You are not going to Google it in your life.
No.
So it is a story of your life. It is a story of Nollywood. It is a story of Nigeria.
Sure.
So African people, Chinedu Anichi TV, those of you on Instagram, those of you on YouTube, those of you watching on Facebook, please, Uche Odoputa is here. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for encouraging my brother and encouraging all of us. Without you guys, would have gone home. When the masquerade is dancing and nobody is clapping for the masquerade or hitting the drum for the masquerade won't dance, and nobody will enjoy the game. So you guys beat the drum and we dance to it, and we want to say thank you. We're humble.
Yeah, thank you. You can see we have 181 people watching on Facebook, and 181 people watching on Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people. So on YouTube, I've not checked YouTube now. So what we are saying now is that Uche,
yes,
people began this Nollywood, and we can take our memory. We can go memory lane, down memory lane.
Mm-hmm.
We can recollect what is the essence.
Mm-hmm.
It was a moral catalyst.
Yeah.
It was an instrument of remodeling the society.
That's correct.
So this intention, is it still sustainable? And if it is not, what do you think happened along the line, sir?
Well, that intention, it's not technically very sustainable as it were, because what happened, it's exactly the same thing that happened to Nigeria as a country, where we come from. You know, people, you saw what happened in the last election, and you can agree with me totally that we have lost it morally to an extent. You know, I'll give you a little bit of story. There was a show that I did some time ago. I was a compere, I was an MC, and I told them about how they brought 3 children from different areas of Nigeria or different areas of Lagos. One of the child was a guy that they brought from Ajegule, and the other one was from Ikeja, and the last one was from the island, the Lekki and the Aja axis, or the Banana Island, as the case may be. And they were asking these children, what would you like to be when you grow up? The Lekki child or the Aja child talked about how he wants to become a superstar like Davido. And the Ikeja guy talked about how he wants to become a footballer like Okocha. And he came to the Ajegule boy. For the past 10 minutes, they asked him the question. He wasn't able to say anything. All that was coming out of him was a hum sound of somebody kickstarting cry. And eventually, when he was able to open his mouth, all he said in pidgin English is that, well, I don't go ask me whether I go eat. No be who grow go eat. No be who grow go become somebody. Is it not who has eaten that will have the dream and vision to become somebody? That he is hungry, that all he wants for now is food. So what happened is that we got to the point where all we're looking at is just to give us this day and forget tomorrow, because nobody is even sure about that tomorrow anymore. So when we started this thing, it was a situation where we could go on set and one person could buy bread and 6 of us would share just one bread.
Wow.
Not the days, not now, when you'll be scared of what Chinedu will put in the bread for me, or why Chinedu has gone to somewhere because of me to take my luck and all that and all that. It wasn't there. It was a situation where all of us were soldiers in the barracks. Women could change in front of the guys and nobody. We saw each other like a family. I'm not saying that there weren't relationships that came out of some of those things, but it was genuinely, it wasn't an act of victimizing anybody. It wasn't an act of a director wanting to take advantage or a senior actor wanting to take advantage of another younger person. It was in the interest of the act. We wanted to change the narrative. We wanted to tell our stories. We wanted to entertain people. We wanted to make our society a better place. But then somewhere along the line, things changed. Some of us became old schools. The Gen Zs came around. They did well. Technology, yes. They did well with every technical know-how you can think about both. Some of them didn't come to act. They saw it as a means to an end. So that's what happened. That's where we lost it. That's where the original vision was truncated. But I'm still trusting God that the likes of people like me and the ones before me, they are still alive. And God's giving us the grace. We'll still fit in and, interconnect with the younger ones and see how we can mirror our style and our vision to them, and they will probably take it and sharpen their own and run with it. And maybe before we depart, we'll be able to probably achieve closer to what our visions were originally, Abinisha. Chinedu, are you there? Yeah.
So I just highlighted you so that everybody will listen to you. So,
okay.
Uche, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. When I look at Kanayo, recently Kanayo decided to volunteer himself.
Yeah.
He decided to volunteer himself to come out and say it openly that this is not what we started.
No.
What is going on is no more what we started. What is going on? what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, and you today, if you consider what Canal today, you see that those of you who are veterans, just as I referred, those of you who are veterans, they really want this thing to go the way it should go.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But
Yeah.
it's not working out that way because
Sure.
the Gen Z, they're not interested.
Yeah.
Okay, now, to sustain intergenerational conversation, you know, what you do is to sustain intergenerational conversation.
Yeah.
This is what our young people are losing. What are the plans you people are putting in place to make sure that these people will learn from what we are putting down?
Well, I think the plans that we're putting in place is you have to, when I tell people that I'm a Christian, I said to them, my prayer every day is, God, position me in such a way, not that I will not be found sinning, but position me in such a way that somebody somewhere will say, there's a unique way Uche will say sorry to you and he will mean it. There's a unique way Uche will say good morning to you and it will give you life. It will connect you, to resonate with you. Now, what am I saying in effect is, the only way we can teach people is to make ourselves a model. When you live a life that out of 10 people, 7 will be able to say, Uche will not do that. 7 will be able to say, this will not be nice when Uche hears it. Others will say, what will I say to Uche if he hears that I did this? So it's not a proper, it's not something we can put people down and begin to run seminars and all that. It's not going to work because we're too big and people are busy. What we should do is that God has given us the grace that we're living in time of technology. There's what we're doing right now. It's what we should be doing. On my platform, people should see things that they will say, there are people like this. There are people still like this. People can still do this. Let the younger ones see us and know that life is not all about gossip. Life is not all about, I want to answer this person. This person has said this. This blog has said this. Let them say. Concentrate and keep doing what you're doing. Let them talk. But face what you're doing and mind your business. When I was learning to become a director, there was one tutor that we had. He said the mistake that we'll make is that when you want to make a movie to reach out to everybody, no. The field is built for everybody to play. If this is a space that you can get and occupy it well. That alone will establish. You don't have to play the whole field. So the only way forward is for we that are alive today, it is to the glory of God that we're still alive and still healthy. So many are sick right now. So many cannot function the way we're functioning. Now is the time that I might not have tomorrow. I hope for it. So because I have today, I have to make it to be able to see what I can do today so that somebody will want to mirror me tomorrow. Somebody will want to emulate me tomorrow. That's what we can do. It has to do with our content. It has to do with our attitude. It has to do with our relationship. It has to do with the kind of talk that we get involved in. It has to do with the functions and the platforms that you make yourself available to appear. You don't have to be everybody's friend. That is one thing you make mistake. You run yourself out. You have to choose those who you can wash together and you come out supposedly similarly cleaner. You don't have to go and bring somebody that will dent you the more. Look for your likes. Look for those that will improve you. And that's the way forward. I don't know about any other academic or classroom way that we can do it, but I have to be the school. The entirety of me, what I represent, has to be that institution that people want to connect to. That's all I want to do.
Wow. You see, there's this issue we're understanding now about, like, my first interview with you, you
Yes.
mentioned about the person you passed through her tutelage.
Yes.
May her soul rest in peace. Today again, you repeated it.
Yeah.
What it means is that your mentor sacramentalized indelibly.
Of course.
Is her ideology in your psychosomatic structure.
Yes.
And this generation has no respect for mentorship.
No.
So what is your advice to this young generation about consolidating or creating a seamless relationship between the mentor and the mentee? Because everybody wants to, I am the Oga, I am this. Nobody thinks about what a better. Look at the way, even though the woman is late, every time you are found everywhere, you are making reference to her.
Yeah.
As someone who made you.
Yeah. It wasn't just only her. First is that the first person who gave me the first role that I played was Mazi Ukechukwu Ogunjofo, who played Polo in Living in Bondage. He happens to be my uncle. Now, those two people are instrumental to what God has brought out of me today. And one thing I want to tell my younger brothers and sisters and colleagues is, in Igbo, there's a saying that says, Onye feze, there's a likelihood nezegeria. If you pass through the king and worship the king and pay homage to the king, there's a likelihood that you will get the blessing of a king, a kingly blessing. You see, and you don't have to be in a hurry to want to get that blessing, because when they say the king's blessing, it might not automatically come to you directly as you expect it. It might come in ways of ordering your steps aright to other things and other places that you're going to go without you knowing, except you have the inner spiritual eye to know and perceive that God is actually in your life. Then you will understand that it's probably the little seeds that you have sowed here and there, the places you bowed your head, that's how God lifted you up. Friends, you cannot go far if your head is still standing up. You will not see anything. Oh, you both talk and say you stoop to conquer. I didn't know so.
Now, so
yep. You have to calm down. Humble yourself, and grace will exalt you. Look not down on those people that you think because they don't have money. Now you have money, you have cars, you buy Lekki house and all that and all that. Be coming down. I know how many young colleagues that I've called on the phone, not because I want to beg them money, but I want to ask them if they can put me in their calendar so that they can shoot for me. I am going to pay them. Some of them will dribble you. Some of them will probably look at you and say, I think they will feel that you want to come and beg them, that you won't be able to pay them what they are charging right now. Some of them will not even take your calls. I understand you have to package yourself. It's okay. It's the name of the game. But then, respect is very important. There are calls that you must tell your PAs that this call, I will answer them, no matter what. Even if I'm shooting, could you tell that bros, could you tell that auntie that I will call them back, send them a message that I said so, and you'll find time to call them even if it's 1 week after. It's very important because it's a circle. It's a circle. There was a time that we didn't have gray hair. There was a time that we're and no stopping us. Now we on the move. All right, now we can't play full time anymore. We can't play full time. You know, so it's a circle. You go reach your turn, turn by turn. You know, so please let's take it easy. Oh, that's my advice.
Wow. You see, this is likened to the question you just answered, because you are somebody I know what it took me to have you. So I don't always get you. So don't be. I'm going to, you know, the Igbo man says, "Irioji, ekpari uncle."
Everything. I did with you. Nothing did happen.
You get everything,
Yes.
because I don't know whether I'll have you again. So
Not a problem.
you see, during your own time, what makes you the legend? That's what we're discussing today, is your originality. Showcasing who you are, showing simplicity, and showing flexibility in appearance.
Yeah.
Like in any kind of acting,
Mm.
if they call you for this, you can do big man, you can do poor man, you can do this one. You understand? You can you can act a gate man, you can act a reverend father, you can act pastor, you can act
mechanic,
you can act anything. So that is what we used to know you people for, and your original life. But in this period, contrary to what you people used to have, what we have now is fake it to make it.
Yeah.
So in the fake it to make it, people are making it, even though the making is still a fake making. Because fake cannot produce reality. That's just it. If you fake it to make it, even the making is still faking. So
Nedu, can I tell you something? Sorry to cut you short. Do you know that it has not been long that I found out that we men are made up on sets? Those times it was powder, boom, straight to the face. Just that powder, just to get the oil out of you. But now, brother, you need to see where they are making up a guy to go on sets. You see set of brushes. Now,
hey, okay. So what is the problem? Why are we faking it to make it? When that originality, look at now, the making of the legend, that's our topic today. Just think of if Osofia appears anywhere. They don't measure Osofia by how much he has in the account.
No.
They measure him by his legendary status.
Yes.
If Peter Doche is standing up now and does you measure him by the impact he has created in Nollywood and the morality he has decided to put alongside.
Yeah.
Keeping away from scandal. Okay. With all these things we are seeing now, what our people considers now is no more the legendary status.
Nah.
But which car did you park? Did you do Nyash? Did you do all this one? So, what is the problem? What is the problem? And where is this thing taking us to, sir?
My brother, if I tell you that this thing will take us to a well journey, I am deceiving my generation. You see, first is that a lot of them actually do not know act. They don't. Because your ability to know act, it's your flexibility that you have said. When lawyers say they are the most learned people on earth, I will tell you that the actor is the most informed human being on earth. Because the actor is a person that will play a mechanic today and tomorrow play a bank manager and the other day play a doctor, and you play it close to you see a mechanic, close to you see a doctor and a priest. I'll give you an instance. I'll give you an example. There's a film called Cover of Darkness. I played that role I acted in that film with the likes of Hilda Dokubo, acted my mother. Then Peter Edochie was my uncle. Late Ignis Ekwe was my father. So somewhere along the line, I felt my father and I died in the movie, and I felt like it was Pete who killed my father for some obvious reason, as the script arranged it. And I went and accused him. And because I accused him, he now cast another spell on me. And that spell was a spell of madness. Now, I acted that mad character very well from the time the spell was cast on me till it generated into higher level of madness. That thereafter, when the film was released, a woman saw me in a bank in Enugu at Opera Square. And he said, Nabiko, please come. How are you? I said, fine. He said, please, have you ever been mad before? I said, no, ma, why? Hey, he said, the way you played that madman in that film, you were really mad. What does that say to you? However way she passed her message, she wanted to say to you that you played the character to the best that she has ever been.
The role consumed you.
Now, because why? As somebody who understands, I had to also look at my audience. I had to also think with them, think about them. I have to also know that madness must have a transition. From the day the madness was cast on the person, it graduates into levels. Because Igbo man says the madness have entered market, it don't craze pata.
Yes.
And it did not enter market from the first day. It graduated to that level. Therefore, you also need to help the director to understand that you have read the script and you understand it. Because then that was a time that we will come on set and the director will sit you down first and you discuss about the script that you have read. We had time. Now we don't have time. Those days you can never be on 2 sets at a time because you rehearse. But now you have actors who are on 3, 4, 5 sets at the same time. How can you give your best? In a movie, you're playing a doctor. In the other movie, you're playing a family man. In the other movie, you're playing a farmer. And you're moving from state to state within the next 5 days. Changing character, it's not possible. You're not robots. You're a human being. And it takes time for you to, when you read a script, when I teach people how to act, I tell you, I give you a script, I ask you to go read the script. You read it the first time. Then after reading it the first time, then that's when you now ask about your role. The way you now told about your role, you now read it the second time. Then you close it and go and take a break. By the time you come back, you're reading it the third time, then you're building characterization because that time you took a break, you're beginning to play your head. Understanding the vision of the writer, understanding your relationship with every character in the movie. Then at the end of the day, you now understand the story very well. Then you now begin to now play around with your head. If you have lived 30 years, if you have lived over 50 like us, then you begin to imagine how many people have you seen that is as close as to that character that you can borrow here and there from. That's why the actor is the most informed human being. Because he gets into a place, he shuts this, open this, and all he does is take in. Because someday he's going to dip hand into one of those pockets and bring out something and clean it up, and it will help a character that he or she will now portray in a movie. Then that will help tell the story well. So that's how we do it back in the days. But now, we need to slow down. Yes, we're in a hurry to make money. And again, it's not just about them. So many of us who are content creators, producers and directors are not even helping matters. They're not. I shot a film not too long ago in Asaba, and I spoke to actors. And somebody was telling me that is the order of the day. Producers will understand. Okay, take money from here, take money from there, shoot for me for one day, go another place and shoot another day for the person and come back. And what we have done is that we're putting each other on rat race. And that is not healthy at all. I'll give you an instance, Nedu. On the particular set that I was talking about, there were days that they wanted to shoot, and it rained for 3 days. Obviously, in Nigeria now, some of us don't have time to check Google to know what the forecast for that day will look like. And you just set out. They get to location now, it starts raining. Even if you're indoors, the sound will affect. This drop of the rain on the roof will affect the sound. So they won't obviously shoot. Now, this person is on another set. At that point in time, he will be tensed because he has told the other people that he's going to come the next day. And the next day, even if he's on your set, he will never give the best that he wanted to give because he's not programmed to work in a certain way. His spirit, soul, and body working. He has to be relaxed. He has to be okay. He has to be in a good frame of mind. Mentally, he has to be sound. And nobody that will be under stress that will be mentally sound. Therefore, it's all Django. Anyhow you see him, you take him like that. And that's not what it's supposed to be. Acting is serious business. And the earlier we come down and face it squarely and stop all this, bring her like that, then things will change. And that's what exactly Kanayo was saying. You have one little girl or one young boy who probably when we started acting, maybe their mother wasn't even married yet. And somebody like Kanayo is on set and you keep the person for 3 days and you're nowhere to be found. That's mental. You don't do that. You don't do it. It's a sin. Because that man can curse you. But today, it's the order of the day. Even producers can't even say things because they have taken a lot of rubbish from these people. And they have so idolized and made them very important, bigger than nothing. And I said to them, listen, you see in this life, it's time and chance. There is nobody that is a YouTube face or Nollywood face or that face, another. It was just an opportunity. You can create another person instantly. I tell you what, in Rattlesnake, in Rattlesnake, Rattlesnake 1, Ahanna had a wife. Before we could finish that film, something happened. We changed, and Amaki changed that character. So in one film, he had 2 different people play the wife from beginning to the end. But you know what? Because he was acted where the audience didn't even notice it. In Rattlesnake 2 again, the same thing happened. Anne and Jamanze left sets, absconded to wherever she wanted to go to that time when she was still young, not now that she's more woman and all that. And at the end of the day, she was told that if you don't come back on a certain day, you'll be changed. And she was changed. That was how Stella Damasos came on the set. She had shot some beats and Stella continued. Nobody noticed it.
Wow.
And my boss will tell you it's pen and paper that wrote that character. I can recreate it. And that's what she does. Because the director is a small god. You will change the character. It's not cast on stone. If I give a set problem, they will take me out and the set will still go on. If the director knows his onions. But these days we're just too laid back, and some of us have eaten this pottage and things that we have sold up our rights. When they give you gifts and make you an offer that you cannot refuse, then how can you then now dictate how things work? You become a zombie. And that's why they don't even act on set. They just come and all you hear is action. What we now see is bling bling, fashion, effects, BBLs and all that and all. Come on. It's not it. I've acted a couple of films where I played a very local boy. And I needed to ask myself, what is a writer trying to write? He was trying to write about a boy who was brought up from the village, probably where he was taught English with Igbo, where you were flogged to learn English, so you literally crammed some words. There's particular ways that you speak those words with a very chronic, thick accent. And when I finished some of those roles, I was anchoring a show somewhere and a woman walked up to me and said, "Oh, I'm really impressed. I never knew you can speak good English." Why? Because he saw the other side of me playing that character. And that wasn't Uche. That was the character. I took it in. I wore it like clothes. It became me. And from beginning of the set to the end of the set, that was who I am. Immediately I finished, I was able to drop it, had a recess for a day or 2 or 1 week before I would go on another set so that I can prepare myself very well. That's what acting is all about. That's what acting is all about. It's something that you have to prepare. You have to eat it. It has to become your blood. You have to work in that character. Your original self will be forgotten within the period of that shoot. And that's how you bring out the perfect, seemingly close with perfect character. That's it.
Wow. Uche, thank you. Victor Emenike, how are you doing? Aisha Mayu, right from South Africa. Aisha is one of your big fans. She's writing on Instagram, she's watching on Instagram, she's watching on Facebook, she's on the same time. She's commenting there, she's commenting there. Aisha, how are you doing? Aisha Mayu is our big friend and fan of you. So,
thank you very much.
Aisha, how are you doing? Welcome. So, my brother, so
we did here.
You know, it's people like you that we saw. That's why we joined movie. You know, when we saw people like you, we saw people like Kanayo, saw people like Peter Doche. We saw, I know those of Sophia. And I understand that Enugu is a hub for acting.
Thank you, Aisha.
Lately, they shifted it to Asaba.
That's all.
So, this shift from Enugu to Asaba, is there differences in the morality resulting from maybe the ecological influence in these two cities? Because they look to the time they used to act in Enugu, there are certain things that are not done in Enugu, but today it is done in Asaba. What do you think is causing all these things?
I think, you see, when we started in Enugu with the likes of,
look at what Aisha showed on your.
Oh, we made your childhood. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you so much that we're still alive for you to connect to us today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Aisha, thank you for following us too on our different platforms and our different page. Okay, so like we were saying, when we started back in the days with the likes of elders like Peter Doche, there's so many of them and all that, even Kanayo. You know, it pains me when I hear words like Ibamaese. And what that word means for those who are following us who do not understand Igbo, it's that Igbo does not know king or have respect for a king. And I say that is a total and abnormal word to say, because it's like saying that you don't have a father. Because who's a king? A king is your head. And once you're born in a home, your father is your head. He's your first king. It's through your father that you knew God, for some of us who are Christians.
Sure.
It's through your father that you know who God is. And if you can through your father know God, how come you will not respect a king? You see, people do not really know who a king is when they say such things. Now, we had those people who, do you guys know why I will still always mention people like Amaka Igwe? as my mentor. When I'm on set today and I'm directing, I'm not exaggerating. I see here Amaka's voice in my ear. And she calls me, Odoputa, who taught you this? So, because when we started and we're test running we're doing practicals with Fuji House of Commotion, and I will become a second director and all that, and she will sit behind and watch you direct. So there are things that you begin to do sometimes, and all you hear is, Odoputa, are you okay? What is the meaning of this? That's her. So because of that, she told us and said, as if she knew she was going to die. She said that she's in a hurry to duplicate herself among the people that God has given to her to duplicate herself into. So she gave birth to so many of us and gave us the baton to run with it. Therefore, that is what we're going with. So when we started in Enugu, we had elders that we dare not mess up around them. And we had respect for them. We reverenced them. I tell you what, the first role that I acted with Sophia, it's Agumba. Chinedu, I stood in front of Sophia, I lost words. I am not kidding, I kid you not, I lost words. The man, do you know what it was? It was like standing in front of Ojukwu that time. You just all of a sudden you open the door and Odemegwu is in front of you. That's how Sophia was to me. I lost words. And he knew it. You know what he did? He called me and said, come. I came and he put his hand across me. And he brought me to life. And Osofia is somebody that is spontaneous. And for you to be able to act with him, you have to be bumper to bumper following him. Osofia on close up will say something different from what he said at the master. And every time he opens his mouth, you know what a script is to Osofia? Is a guide. But he himself is a script. He himself is, for you to direct Osofia, you must be very strong. He's one man that God created in his own lane. There's no two of him. No two of him, and there can never be. Never. So we have such people that up to tomorrow, we are still seeing them like small gods. The same way I will see Osofia, the same way I see my father is the same way I'll see Osofia. If Osofia walks into this place, I will stand up instantly to greet him. And I won't sit until he tells me to sit down. And he must sit first before I will sit. That's respect. So when they now moved to Asaba, there were so many Gen Zs, there were so many young people. They lost control. They didn't have people that they could look at and they get scared. And a lot of boys and girls who probably dropped out from school and all that, and that's how they see so many of us as dropouts, actors, and people that are not do well. It's not true. It is not true. Acting is not small business. For you to be an actor and be very good, you must have it here.
Sure.
You must be sound. It's not for anyhow person. You must be sound. So when they went to Asaba, there were so many people, there were guys who had done so many things in school and all that, and they brought it out into sets and all that. Very true. Sophia is a great actor. How I wish I can be on set with him. Don't worry. Let's talk. When we talk after this, we can do everything for you. Okay. So now at the end of the day, getting on sets with some of these people spoiled things for the others that were coming after them. because it now became like, Chidi, you're welcome. It now became like, this is the way. Because nobody could actually tell them, hey, stop there. What is the meaning of this? Nobody could say to them, what is it that you're wearing on set? Why didn't you just come out naked? Nobody could say that to them anymore. And therefore, the likes of the people like them became directors who they could buy with money, who they could give any kind of gifts, and their conscience and their morality is gone. We're talking about the time that even if you have a relationship with your director, you dare not come out in public tomorrow and talk about it. It will end inside where it happened. When you come on set, it's a different person entirely. You dare not. You dare not. But however, the Asaba thing was just, you see how it's going these days. We hear all sorts of things. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, that's where you're going. That's where you're going now. It's just trying to say, yes, if you can tell us what you think that made the brought about the exodus.
Yes.
The movie exodus from Enugu to Asaba.
So, then again, I think another thing that happened is it's about the marketers. Then the control of the industry was in the hands of the marketers, the people who distribute these movies. And some of them had, most of them, 90% of them or 99% of them had their shops at Iweka. Then, but let's not mistake it, there was another thing that happened in Enugu that was really a very big problem to us. Our brothers and sisters that were our hosts, who are indigenes of Enugu, some of us saw the idea of how commercial, how economical we are to them. We had location people who gets us location. These location people are paid to take care of people who give you access to their homes, their farms, and all that. Some of them started changing the indigents. You give them money, they go to lie to those people that it's not money, that you should just help them and all that. And you know, the truth about it is that once you begin to lie, you lie and lie and lie until the person you're lying to realize that you're even lying. So when they became wise, the Enugu people, they became dangerously wise to us. Nedu, there was a period that we were shooting in Ngo, and we're shooting here on my right, and we needed to put our generator on my left. And there was a farm in between us that we just need to cross the cable. The owner of the farm said we must pay for that cable to cross there. So we had issues upon issues like that. Sometimes you go to some places that have vigilantes and all that. There are factions of this vigilante, there's factions of this youth, that, and you have to pay it differently. So somewhere along the line, these marketers who were funding these movies founded Asaba, topographically, which had some of those epic kind of areas and all that, the Elas, the Sila Asaba and all that. And before we knew it, they started going there. But the only problem Asaba had is that Asaba didn't have those people that we could stand up for when they come on set. We didn't have those people that we could say, you dare not make noise where this person is. We didn't have those people that will look at them as fathers and mothers, and you won't want to do certain things in their presence. Just a few of them, you know. And the ones that we had, because again, don't forget that we had NTA Enugu, which also built the first generation of TV practitioners from the Southeast. The likes of Kemowo, Peter Doche, Kanayo Okano, who were in the New Masquerade and the and other telenovela programs that we had. All these were originally NTA Enugu programs that now became national. So some of them were there who started with us. We had the likes of people who were old Rangers footballers who joined us as an actors, like Roy Dinani them and all that. So those people had a level that they built themselves already to, so that you dare not come to mess up in front of them. You know, so that's what kept Enugu different from Asaba. And that's how probably we lost it when we got to Asaba.
Wow, this because let me tell you the truth, these have been bothering me. For the first time, you are the one providing answer for me, because I've been bothered. Why did I know that whatever you need for epic movies is found in Enugu, and there are so much traditional setups that you enjoy, and it gave credence to our movies. Hollywood, but at a time now they have gone to Asaba, and if you see the kind of thing going on, everything is happening in Asaba now. So, but no problem. It's okay. Another thing I want to talk about today is that you remember I watched. You know, I always follow you and watch what you do. I watched in one of your posts. Zach Oji was in your house.
Yeah.
And that was few days after people have rumored that he has died. This one. He appeared in your place. And the respectful way you welcomed him in UK was so amazing.
Yeah.
So that was just it. It's just one of them. A lot of things has happened to actors, especially those who there are those who had other problems like Juno Pope and other people. But the ones that were sick, there has always been problem of coming to the public to beg for money.
Yeah.
When they are sick.
Yeah.
So what is the problem with actors not planning for rainy days or insurance, life insurance?
Well, first, to answer that question, I'll give credit to our present Actors Guild's head president, which is Dr. Emeka Ejeze, MON. His two tenure that he's been in government, the first one and this last one that he is now, has actually brought a lot of change. He has also brought a lot of ideas and innovations, even though that some of them may have not started running as expected. But I know there are people who have health covers and now, and insurance policies and all that. I know that decorum has come to play. I know that standard is now being implemented, even though there's sabotage here and there. But
yeah, hello. It's like we had a network hitch. I know you will return to soon. So my people,
okay, we're back.
And he's back. We had a little hitch, but he's back.
Okay. All right. So now, what I could say is the problem is this: acting in Nigeria started as something we started doing for fun. And you know for sure that if in all that you have studied, Nedu, and the people listening to us, anything you do not do a feasibility study about, any business that you didn't do a check and balance for, any business, any venture that you do not have a plan and possibly take a risk assessment, failure is inevitable. Why am I saying this is that a lot of us got into acting without looking at the business side of acting. As a Christian, I also said to people that God himself is a God of a business God. Because God taught about time and season. He talked about harvest time, seed time, and harvest time. He talked about process, which a lot of us do not have. So you find out that I know of actors who, at a point in time, didn't have a house. They were living from hotel to hotel. Because the money was coming, the fame was there, they bought a car, they could change their wardrobe. They couldn't be bothered. They can't think because the money was just coming. They didn't sit back to think that, okay, there will be time that I possibly will not be able to get the roles that I'm getting. And I'll be getting a certain role, and that role will not be coming all the time. Some of us did not know about things like property. Some of us did not know about things like stocks. Some of us did not know about things like investments. Only the very few who possibly had gone into banking, from banking and now came into acting, or who had become lawyers and all that, who, had some level of exposure and interaction with the outside world, were able to know a certain thing on how to manage. Therefore, that is why a lot of us do not have a fallback to. That's one. Two, again, is that the actor, the Nigerian actor, I don't know about any other person in Africa, but the Nigerian actor is one person that is not well appreciated financially. I'll tell you why. When my father was still around, because my father is the father of Uche Odoputa, the actor, at church, they want to make him parish chairman. My mother, they want to make my mother Ezinne. At meeting, they want to make the person president or chairman. Why? Because he's the son of he's the mother or the father of the actor. Now, therefore, what that entails or interprets to is that at every point in time, there's a fundraising. You have to represent you're the father of the actor, because they believe the actor makes a lot of money. The society makes us live above our means, because at the end of the day, you're compelled to satisfy the audience. Even right here in UK, somebody saw me the other day and said, "Bros, you must do something for me today. I've been watching your movie for some time." I said, "Thank you." He said, "No, I've been spending a lot of money buying your movies." I said, "I did not make money out of the money that you are spending to buy the movies." He said, "Why?" I said, "Because the movies are not mine." He said, "But don't you get money?" I was only paid for that one that I acted, and that's it. No royalty. So at the end of the day, by the time you spend time acting that film and you're paid a certain amount, from that certain amount, you drive into the gas station, you buy fuel of 800 naira, and you possibly pay with 1,000 naira, you're not going to get your 200 naira change. Because the fuel attendant has looked at you and said, is it not you, the actor? This one is for us, Then the policeman stops you on the road. He's not interested in your particulars. All he's interested in is, "Okay, what did you bring for us?" So if you're going from Lagos to the east, you probably would change about 200 naira up to about maybe 20, 30,000 just to give gratis. Those money that are going out, where is it going to come back from? Who spends that kind of money that will still live well? So that is a problem. The society puts us to live above our means. You can't enter a certain restaurant. You can't drive a certain car. You now find out that people will have to go and take their last money to buy a car just to belong. People are watching me to find out the pictures that I've taken in the past 3 months to be sure that I have not repeated one clothes. Why? Because you're Uche ODOPTA. Then you must wear one new clothes at every event that you appear. And those things are not cheap. So please, if you see an actor that is close to you and you have something to give the person, please. Don't wait till until he's sick. We are suffering too much. Those who said they want to get in touch with me, follow my page. I'll follow my brother, then he will give you my page, then we'll talk after. Go on, let's go.
Hey, yes, I am so happy that you touched this part of our issue because, first of all, a big shout out to Dr. Emeka Rolas.
Yes,
Ejezie. Yeah. So the president of Actors Guild of Nigeria for introducing life insurance and all these things, health insurance schemes, because this is becoming embarrassing.
Yes.
Especially for those who had a juicy day.
Yeah.
There are some actors and legends that had a juicy day. You understand?
Yeah.
Some of them were best paid, highly paid within a time. So if the person becomes sick and they start begging money and start sharing this thing, it looks funny. It looks funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the introduction of this, I know it will give people consciousness to subscribe to the insurance, and eventually nobody knows when to be sick. Nobody knows who is going to be sick.
Of course.
So it's just it, and it will also give us the level of, don't you think somebody should cut his coat according to his size? That's what I said. That the initial attitude was originality. This faking it to make it is part of why we're losing it.
Yeah.
Some of the actors, without sounding immodest, some of our actors lived a very, very, very bad life.
Yeah.
The kind of drinking, the kind of smoking, the kind of reckless. Some of them were reckless. We understand that. So, and they were not, just like you said, investment conscious. Unlike the new generation that people are owning houses, owning properties, and owning this thing. So eventually, if anything happens, they can see a fallback position.
Yeah.
So that is it. Now we have come to content creating.
Okay.
There is this migration from actors. They are now turning, almost 90% of the actors are turning to content creators.
Yeah.
This sharp exit, don't you think is going to affect our Nollywood industry? And if that is happening, what do you think is the solution to it?
Well, I don't think it would affect the Nollywood industry because, take it or leave it, there's always two kinds of people on earth, those from a home and those from a house. There's always two kinds of people in an area or in a field. Those who know what they're doing and those who do not know what they're doing. There's always two kinds of people among the world, those who know what they're doing. One will be those who know what they're doing and what they want to do with it, or those who knows what they're doing just because they want to belong to the people that are doing it. So whichever way you look at life at every point in time, there will always be two sides of that kind of persons or people or thing or situation, as the case may be. Now, content creating, it's actually given birth from, it's an idea that came out of hunger. It's an idea that came out of the quest of how to break even is an idea that came out like the way stand-up comedy came out from. Excuse me, like comedians will tell you that when hunger wire you for Nigeria, when you become very hungry in Nigeria, you yourself, you start entertaining yourself, or you start talking rubbish. From talking rubbish, people will start laughing. And before you know it, you now know that, oh, you can make people laugh. Before you know, people are not paying to laugh for you to make them laugh. Before you know, you have started making money.
This is a punchline.
Yes. Oh, yes.
You start by entertaining yourself, right?
Yes, now. Just they talk anyhow they go. You start having meeting with yourself, start quarreling with yourself. Sometimes you look yourself in the mirror, you be abusing yourself. Can you imagine your head? You get big head, you don't get anything inside. You know, from there you begin to yab other people. Before you know, you now become a stand-up comedian. So now we have found out that we live in a global world. We found out that you can be in the interior of Nsukka with Nsukka dialects. Put that your small camera in front of you. Sometimes if you might not even have what's it called, ring lights to hang it. You just go to the farm. You see palm tree that they cut this the palm front and put steps that people use to climb the palm tree. You go there and hang it to a particular level, and now use it as a stand. And you then start recording yourself talking rubbish. At the end of the day, you post it. That's your rubbish. People will watch it and they will laugh. Before you know it, you're getting followership. Before you know it, it's beginning to pay. Before you know it, you're using it to sponsor people and pay school fees or even build a house. Then in Nsukka, hey, what? Hey, so it's possible. Bam! Everybody are doing it. But then, the likes of me and you, even if we do it, we're doing it to be able to get the numbers. Because like I said to you, a film was just shot for me in Asaba last week. Right now, as I speak to you, another set started for me in Lagos today. At the end of the day, you're making good movie, length movie, full film, and you're going to syndicate it on these same platforms. So people can now sit down beyond the content, they watch a full story and it will resonate to them. It will entertain them. It will educate them. It will inform them. So no matter how bad it is, the people like me and you will still be able to do what we're known for. And once we're able to do that, they will always say, in every tribe, there will be a Judah. You understand? When the time comes, they will pick the main stock and, you know, I don't want to call names. But you understand what I'm trying to say. So the field is big for everybody to play. And I have nothing against any man who is using content creating to at least be responsible and feed his or her family. Please, with all pleasure. And again, I tell you what, if you come from Nigeria, my father used to say to me, he said, we're not telling enough stories. I said, why? He said, Nigeria is a script. Every day you live in Nigeria is a series of, every day you live in Nigeria, that series will not end. That day a series alone, that day story, you put it in series, it will not end now. So it's big for everybody to play. And whether we like it or not, call the power, call the Azure.
Sure.
Birds of the same feather, they flock together. So when they come on social media, there are people that will look for the people that they want to see, and there are people that will look for the other people that they want to see. That makes the whole world round, and that makes it not a boring world. Let us go. Let us go. That's my take. It's not going to affect us.
Wow, that's good. One important thing I got from you here is that content creating became rampant because of hunger.
Yes.
Is born out of scarcity.
Yes.
And what I call the choking angry finger of the economy.
Yes.
So it's good, and we are doing some people are doing well because initially content creators were not actors.
No, they weren't.
Now that actors have decided to come into content creating, you see what is happening. They are taking it from them.
Yes.
Because they will bring the acting ingenuity
into it, and they'll make the thing very interesting. Yeah.
And they will add the ingredients, and the thing will look so sweet. So
sure.
I wish us well, and as we go, one thing you advocate for that I know is that instead of the whole world being in darkness, somebody should light a candle.
Yes.
I've known you to be somebody who advocates and subscribe to positive and educative content.
Yeah.
How far is this challenged? Because the trending thing is the negative. Like people like us, like, today we got up to 280. Now we're having 86 people. You can see. Sometimes I'll be talking, once we're talking, lucky enough you were around today. So you are such a face that people like to see much. Sometimes I'll be talking, I will not even get up to 100. But if there are confusions that has to do with gossip about this actor or about this celebrity or about this, you will say everybody is coming to show. So for those of us who have told your line of advice to sustain positive contents, what does our future look like?
Well, I tell you something, like you've just mentioned here, there are days that you look in the mirror and you begin to ask yourself, are you okay? I mean, your sincere quietness, especially places like a bedroom where you can afford to be vulnerable to yourself, you begin to ask yourself, Chinedu, are you sure you're still okay? You're not sick. But there are days that when that thought comes to you, ask yourself, at the end of the day, what will make you happy? What are your ideologies? What do you want to leave behind? If you belong to the class that I and you belong, your ideology is not about being a multi-millionaire. Your ideas and your vision are, if you're able to take care of your immediate problems, but please, by His grace, if you can be able to touch lives, that is what matters to you. We're like teachers of the days of the old who are not ambitious. It's a ministry to them. It's a call to duty. On my platform, I call it Making Sense with Uche.
Sure.
We come together and rub minds. We come together to heal mental health. We come together to touch lives, to activate somebody to know that the next minute could be your time. And if that is our goal, let's keep doing it. Because the richness that we're going to be is how wealthy we make other people through what we're doing. That will be our wealth. And in that, if we're able to achieve it, we'll be very, very relaxed, more relaxed than some of the billionaires who have peace. So don't give up, my brother. And to you that are listening to us, if that is what God has called you to do, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it.
Wow.
And keep doing it.
That is a serious encouragement. I want to say, is any of is your phone on?
My phone?
Yeah.
Yes, on Facebook.
No, what I mean is the volume on? I had an echo a bit.
No, it's down.
Okay. So you have done greatly, and you have put in 1 hour 30 minutes in this show, which is great. You know what it means to be in UK on a weekday and give up 1 hour. We can't pay for it if not that you're a father. We cannot pay for it. If it's qualified into money, the value, I cannot pay for it. And my audience cannot pay for it. But today, I continue to tell them, I bring people who are experienced. We don't just go and bring people. The other day, Batin Naji was here. The other day, economic advisor to the president was here. The other day, that's the kind of people I've been bringing here. Professor Udenta, that you know, that was imprisoned by Abacha for speaking on behalf of Nigeria and the international world.
Yeah.
He was here in this show. So that's the kind of people I've been bringing. Some people have been thinking that it's just actors. No, it's not about actors, but what kind of actor? Which is the stuff the actor is made up of?
Yeah.
Is it legendary? Is he experienced? So today, you have really made my day. I made the day for all our audience, both on Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere.
Yeah.
So, before we draw the curtain, I want you to make a punchline. You know how I do? That I'm going to post. Because, you know, I'm in America. Before you want to post people, there's what we call in America privacy policy. Let people know. Apart from life, that you're going to cut out this post.
Yeah.
So, I want you to, as a veteran actor, what is your advice to the upcoming actors and how they can take a roadmap to success?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to let you know that there are two things. Doing the right thing and being right. You have to be very careful between these two, which to choose. They might seem like the same thing, but they're not the same thing. If you ask me, I would like to keep doing the right thing. Your thoughts and your choice is as good as mine. I'll leave you to that.
Okay. Thank you, my people, my generation. The veteran says, keep doing the right thing. Instead of the whole world being in darkness, somebody can decide to light a candle.
Yes.
That is the punchline. And as we draw the curtain today, what can you tell our fans? What can you tell the whole world watching today about this your voice platform, Chinedu Anichi TV?
Guys, Chinedu Anichi TV, anchored by Chinedu Anichi himself. I feel proud to call you my brother because that's who you are. You have become to me. And I want to say to you that if you want to be on a platform where you will be educated, informed, and entertained, Chinedu Anichi TV on all the platform is the place to be. And if you want to get me to connect to you, this is one place that you'll come. Apart from my own personal handles, Chinedu Anichi TV, we love you. More grace, sir.
Okay, thank you for coming. Thank you. We're grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
We're grateful for
All
you
right.
again. Remember, we can always call you anytime
Yes.
that we need to hear from the legends to sustain the spirit of intergenerational conversation.
Yeah.
So that we don't lose it. Thank you, sir.
Anytime, my pleasure. You have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're joining us from. My name is still Uche. It will not change. And both on Facebook and TikTok, it's Uche Odoputa TV. Then on Instagram is Uchenna Odoputa. Please follow me up and then let's connect. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, my people, my name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity here. So, and you know, Chinedu Anichi TV is streaming on Instagram, YouTube, and other platforms, depending on what we choose each day. But just Chinedu Anichi TV. And you are there. How do you feel today? We had Uche ODOPTA, a legendary actor, spent 1 hour, 30 minutes as somebody who stays in UK. We promise you, we're going to bring more and more people. On Friday, I'll be in Miami. I'll be under the tutelage of Dr. Joseph Natoma. That's the Black Mentor. I am going for what we call the Investors Weekend, where billionaires of all sorts converge from different states and different countries in Miami to discuss networking, real estate, strike deals, coaching, and other things. I know it has been sold out, but you can still connect to the word flow by reaching out to Joseph Natoma through his handles in Instagram. On Instagram, you have the Black Mentor. Check it out. Send him a DM for coaching and other things. And you will receive a financial baptism that will take you to where you will look back to today and say, thank you, Chinedu Anichi TV. So we thank other of our sponsors. We thank the Peace Mass Transit. We thank Colin Wansuka. We thank Nanny Boy. We thank other people, especially Dr. Joseph Natoma and others who are sponsoring what we are doing. God bless you for your participation. If you want to be part of us, if you have something to say that is positive, reach us at Chinedu Anichi TV on Instagram, or Chinedu Anichi TV on Facebook, on YouTube. Send us a DM, or on Instagram, Chinedu Anichi. Or you can connect us with +1 701 989 1910. Or you can send us email on chineduforjesus.ac@gmail.com or chineduanichitv@gmail.com. Any of them. You reach us here for your participation or contribution or whatever support. God bless you. Remember, 8 p.m. daily, we are here, Nigerian time, 2 p.m. Central American time. On Friday, I'll be in Miami, but I'll come live on Friday. I'm going to tell you the time because on Friday, there's a great person, the president of National Association of Nigerian Students in the whole Nigeria, Sir Comrade Lucky, will be live here. And this is an opportunity for you to come and ask him questions about Nigerian students, their role, their faith, their participation. What are they doing about the condition of Nigeria and how they are faring? Remember, Chinedu Anichi TV is the African voice in diaspora. We love you. Have a great day. God bless you.